depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitch. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. A nigga never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm sewing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them, stole with them. I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80 lunch, 80 lunch. Long as I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to in-glass, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise, and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts on how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm sewing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. I stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80 lunch, 80 long as I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches at my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to English. Nigga never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm sewing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. I stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80 lunch, 80 lunch. Long as I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches at my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to English, pass off for global. The only nigga.
All right, man.
God damn.
What is going on, guys? I apologize for the abnormally long start screen. We were experiencing a little bit of technical difficulties, but I hope that's all we have. It honestly wasn't even a fucking technical difficulty. It was just my Discord wouldn't load, so you couldn't see Sir K for absolutely no reason whatsoever. But the problem looks obviously to have worked itself out. Man, we got 2 interesting shows to talk about here today with you guys, man. We have this episode of Monday Night Raw emanating from Chicago, Illinois. It was said to have had some Vince McMahon droplets in it, but honestly it wasn't as bad as the first time around, which, obviously was the Raw after Mania. This show honestly wasn't that bad at all. It was actually a pretty solid episode of Monday Night Raw, if you ask me. All headlined by a huge announcement from The Game, Triple H. We'll talk about that in a little bit, man. But a new WWE World Heavyweight Championship. We'll get,
Man.
we'll get into the specifics of all of that in a little bit. And then we also have a very, very interesting episode of AEW Dynamite, man. We have the tip of the iceberg for a lot of people with the TNT Championship. I feel like this past Wednesday, the TNT Championship sucking became the general consensus within the community. There was a lot of people that were there, including us and a lot of other people. But I feel like it became a little bit of common knowledge, even with the AEW faithful, that this championship just fucking sucks and the creative sucks. I also have another gripe with MJF's creative, man. I have a lot of problems. I have a lot of problems with his creative direction. I love what they're doing. I love what they're doing with the four pillars and their storyline here. But it's just so fucking repetitive, man. With MJF, and MJF has just been to me. We'll get into specifics here in a second, but to me, man, MJF is just getting the most fucking repetitive of creative.
He is, man.
But how are you feeling about the week, man?
It's been a good week, man. Good week. I wouldn't say obviously there was their gripes. That TNT title, even the shills finally realized it's booked like shit. Overall, the rest of Dynamite was all right, man. From what I remember, tonight, obviously CM Punk is now in WWE. Obviously, he showed up to see some friends, and now he's with the company apparently for fans. So that's how it works, I guess,
Yeah,
man. And
I
we get the
guess.
new world title. The reaction is so 50-50 for that new world title.
It is.
You love it or you hate it. I'm in the middle. It's alright to me. I don't really care for it. I get what they try to do. Don't really think they accomplished it for me. But it's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
But but at the end of the day, it is the not allowed to beat Roman title, so
Yes.
it's only going to be able to do so much with it, man. But at least something's being done about this problem.
That is true. That is very true. That is very true, man. Yes. I am on the fence. Design wise, I like the belt a lot. I think there's some things they could have done better. But overall, man, is it just nice to see a fucking world title that doesn't have a fucking. I mean, there is a big W in the middle, but it's not just a different color strap with a big W. At least we got something, a little, just something to shake it up a little bit.
The only thing I don't like about the design is that globe behind the logo.
Yeah.
I think they should have just put the logo integrated into, the big gold designs.
Yeah.
But that big fucking globe just kills it for me. It reminds me of the fucking Saudi title. That green fucking abomination. It reminds me of that.
Yeah. For me, it definitely doesn't. It definitely doesn't go into those depths, personally. But yeah, it doesn't go into those depths personally. But I definitely probably sit in the same boat with you. In terms of the globe, I think the globe looks a tad bit out of place. But otherwise, man, I really enjoy the championship, and I like a little bit of a historical but kind of modern take to it. I do think over time they will tweak it though, and I would like to see them do that. But overall, man, I think the title. We'll talk about it when we talk about Raw, but like I think the title. Oh, we could just fucking talk about it now. Who cares? I think the championship isn't as bad considering the fact that they out of this news, there will be no more Universal Championship when Roman Reigns drops those championships, because I feel those are going to get merged into one title, which does make this title a little bit more important, a tad bit
Mhm.
more important, because these titles are getting merged anyway. WWE is not going to have fucking 3 world championships, so the WWE, there will be no more Universal title when Roman Reigns is done with it. It's just going to be the WWE championship. And then we're gonna have the World Heavyweight Championship, like we grew up on. So for that, I love that. I love going back to things that weren't broken. But with you know with those, if you weren't if the plan wasn't to split the titles in the draft, this was the next best thing. You know what I mean? You merge these 2 titles, and then you have one world title, but you have 2 separate rosters. So either way, whether it's now when Roman Reigns still has the championships and it comes off as a Roman Reigns consolation prize, or whether it's 6 months to a year down the line and Roman Reigns isn't champion anymore, we would have still been getting a new championship anyway, at least if Triple H is booking this. So it does make it a little bit, more important, being that, that is the way they're going, is just
Mhm.
completely retiring the Universal Championship. So I love that. And like I said, I love the World Championship, personally. But yeah, so that's one thing that helped a little bit, but I mean, as for now, the problem still remains. And another thing too that makes it look a little bit less like a consolation prize, is, you know, Triple H said, wherever Roman, both of those belts are going with him. So as much as their merge title,
Mhm.
it's a merge title right now. They're just not taking both of them off of him because, his. So, that's how I'm feeling about this World Heavyweight Championship, man. They you know their reasoning was a little fucking stupid, in my honest opinion, but I mean, I think it at least looks a little bit more important. Not saying a lot, but I think it looks a little more important, considering the fact, that these world titles are definitely pretty much confirmed to be getting merged. Um, next, as soon as Roman drops them. So
Mhm. Definitely, man. Definitely. It's interesting. Let's see how it plays out, man. Okay, I think you're good now, though. I think it's my Wi-Fi, though, so
cool.
I think
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Mine seems to be okay, but I don't know. It keeps getting me red. But anyway, yeah, man. So yes,
Okay.
yeah, but like I said, man, I mean, the fact that it's confirmed we're getting the titles merged, it makes it look a little less like a consolation prize, because I feel like we'll be getting, I feel like this merging would have happened eventually, but I mean, I don't know, man, I don't know. So then again, it is all how they treat the championship. That's the other thing. If you prize, and if you treat it like it's second best, and it honestly just it really feels like Roman Reigns should have just lost the championships, man. It really does. It really does. If you ask me, yeah. I mean, he.
It's so obvious, man.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be 3 world titles
From
floating
the way
around.
Cody is,
Yeah, there's going to be 3 world championships floating around in the company for no fucking reason. And it really just feels like Roman Reigns should have just lost the championships. It feels like that was the right way to go if you really wanted to give a hard reset, but everything kind of just feels like everybody else is on regular regular time, and then Roman Reigns is kind of just on his own time doing his own thing. And I don't know, man.
definitely, man, definitely.
All right. Yeah, man. So yeah, man. Yes, let's just jump right into the intro, man. So, what is going on, guys? Another edition of the Notorious podcast, man, and this is episode 104 of Notorious Unscripted, man. If this is your first time watching, guys, do not know how this show works, man. Every Monday we are on here with Notorious Unscripted after Monday Night Raw, and every Friday at 4 p.m. Central we are on here with the news, man. If you guys did miss this past Friday's edition of the news, Becky Lynch's WWE deal seems to be coming to an end soon, that being about a little bit over a year left on her contract. And CM Punk, Warner Bros. Discovery have been informed of CM Punk's AEW return. He was also another huge talking point of today. But yeah, man. So if you guys did miss that is available for you guys on all platforms, man. Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. And if you want to see it first, join
Oh
us
yeah,
right here every Friday at 4 p.m. Central with the news, man. And with that, man, if you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on some of the official Notorious Heels podcast merchandise, you guys can now find this live on the merch shop, man. That is bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video, and it is in either mine or Circay's social media pages, man. You got all 8 of these beautiful designs available in more than just a t-shirt, man. You got the Chicago flag design, the Chicago skyline design, the base logo design, the best kept secrets to the IWC, the Riddler inspired design, the Notorious Scratch logo, the only community that matters, the Uncrowned King, and the Christmas merch, man. All 8 again of these beautiful designs are available for you guys on the merch shop. That is bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video and in either mine social media pages, man. So with that, man, if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know who we are here at the Notorious Heels podcast, I am Johnny Mayhem, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here. How's it going, man?
it's going all right, man. It's going all right. Just been chilling out, man. Been chilling out. Pretty normal lately, man. Just waiting for the weekends, man. Waiting for Double or Nothing, and waiting for that Dynamite we're going to, man. It's gonna be fun. Um, yeah. So is that the Dynamite after Forbidden Door,
Before
or
the go
the
home
Dynamite
show.
before? It's the before, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I thought it was. I thought it was nice, nice, man. Can't wait for that, man. Other than that, just been chilling, man. Just been chilling. Usually, you guys know, Toronto. Life's good, man. Family's good. How's everybody in?
All right. All right.
JD.
We're back. We're
Yes.
back. We were interrupted during the intro, so I believe right as you asked me how I was doing, it cut off. But yeah, man, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Yes, as Durante always asks, man, I'm good. Family's good. What about you, Durante? Logan, Bell, Pops, everybody in chat, JT, everybody watching on the replay. Thank you guys for being here, man, and sorry again for the technical difficulties. Never fails. But yeah, man. Yes. So I guess let's go ahead and just start right off the bat with AEW Dynamite, man. AEW Dynamite. AEW Dynamite opened with Jungle Boy. It opened with Jungle Boy, and then he would quickly be met by Sammy Guevara and Darby Allin, as they would go out there and talk about who was most deserving for an AEW World Championship shot, man. And again, I do not know where these types of things come from, but even still, after stuff like this, people genuinely think that these three are bad promos. I can understand a little bit why people may I don't know. I don't understand the argument of him being bad, but Jack Perry is a little
Repetitive on the mic right now.
yes, definitely. They're a little repetitive, and he can kind of come off a little awkward sometimes. But other than that, man, I mean, Sammy Guevara is very good, and Darby Allin is just he's really gonna be a fucking star one day, man.
He really is, man. I love his promos, man. I love his promos. I think he's great, man. Same with Guevara, man. And for Perry, like I said, he'd be a little repetitive sometimes. He can be a little bit awkward, but that's not bad, man.
No,
There's
no,
people many times worse than him, man. And he's learning.
yeah, I don't understand the argument about him being bad whatsoever. So, MJF then comes out here, and he doesn't want to fight them. We'll get to this by the end of the show, but you know, MJF doesn't want to fight him, so he's going to make them go through the runaround. He calls somebody out there to pull a name out of a hat for a 4 Pillars tournament. A tournament with 3 men. All for us just to get a fatal 4-way anyway. Just seems a bit ridiculous to me. I'm sorry. But,
And MJF's character should love the idea of a fatal 4-way, man. His character should be pushing for a fatal 4-way because all he has to do is get 2 of them to really get pissed off at each other and just focus on each other the entire match and capitalize on that. That's all he has to do. It's so easy for a heel to win a multi-man match like a fatal 4-way. I don't know why they have to play it up like it's a one-on-one.
yeah. So MJF, he comes out and he says he talked to TK and they're gonna do a 4 Pillars tournament. 2 guys are gonna face off tonight to face, and he pulls Darby Allin's name out of a hat to face Darby Allin for the right to face MJF next week. Why does Darby Allin, of all people, get a first round bye? I mean, what?
Is that screaming Darby Allin for you? Like,
Not
what?
at all. Not at all. So then it got confirmed, Jungle Boy and Sammy Guevara are going to be in the main event of this show. And then we will pick this up later because it was in the main event. So we'll finish that. But we'll finish my complete argument a little bit later. So that was that. And then the Outcasts. The Freelancers. God, I wish they would have went with that fucking Freelancer name.
Oh, I wish they would have, man. The freelancers. Good lord.
The
These are like,
Outcasts, man. They're here on Dynamite, and they were in tag team action. At least, yes, they were in tag team action in Britt's hometown against Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. The Outcasts were attempting to spray paint Britt's mom. They were trying to rip her terrible towel from her hands. And what can I say, man? They were just doing Outcast shit. They were just doing Outcast shit, man. Mm-hmm.
I hate the fucking Outcast, man. Why are you continuing with this group, man? Nobody likes it, bro. Everybody makes fun of this group for being a bunch of dorks, man. I think it's time to cut it already.
It's funny too because it seems like for one reason or another, AEW just loves this group.
They are pushing this shit hard,
Mm-hmm.
and it's fucking infuriating.
Yes, yeah. I don't know, man. Oh. They think this is like the fucking Nexus or some shit, bro. But Britt Baker ends up getting the victory in this match. She puts the lockjaw, I almost called it the mouth jaw, on Ruby Soho, and she wins the match for her team, man. As she quickly retreats to go help Jamie Hayter, who appeared to be injured. I don't think she is actually injured, but we'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully not.
I can't remember that.
Next, our guy Wardlow. Wardlow is in the back talking with Renee, and he says, a couple years ago, I had a 4 horseman in my corner, and he taught me a lot. He taught me how to strategize while I was in the Pinnacle. He says, those days are behind me, and now I'm going to have a new member of the 4 Horsemen in my corner tonight, and it was Arn Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
So, first off, I like the move. I like it. I like Arn with Wardlow. I think that's a cool dynamic, right? The only thing is, Wardlow would go on to win his match. I would have liked if they would have started an alliance with Arn earlier in the match.
Yeah.
Or not in the match. Earlier, like a couple weeks ago, so Arn can, I don't know, build him up to it and not just come out on night 1 and fucking win him the title back. I would have liked a little bit of growth and development in Arn teaching Wardlow something.
Like, literally, man. You could have done this so much smoother, and then it's just, he just shows up with Arn and just gets it. Like, what? I don't get it. Because they didn't explain it to us, or show it to us.
I don't know, man. I don't know. So that was one of my gripes with, like I said, I like the pairing. I like the pairing of Arn. I like the pairing of Arn and Wardlow. But man, I mean, would it have really hurt to, go back a couple weeks and do this exact same segment where he says, okay, I'm going to be rolling with Arn now, and then, I don't know, just go through a couple segments where, Arn's just talking to him, trying to, strategize with him and trying to teach him shit. Something, man.
Maybe they start strategizing a couple weeks before, this match. He has a match and he might lose that match. And, Arn's talking to him some more. Next match he has before this match, he wins it. Something.
Yep.
He just showed up with him.
Yeah, and then on night 1, we get the payoff. We get the payoff of yeah. I mean, it's the little fucking things, man. It really is. It's the little things like that. It's like, dude, you're so capable of telling stories, but I mean, you really give us the ass end of storytelling sometimes, man. I mean, really? I don't know.
Literally, man. Literally.
And do not tell me that Arn is going to be with Wardlow for one day, because if that was the case, you should have never did it in the first place.
Exactly, man. That's about as pointless as that could get if that's the case.
Yeah, and I mean, good lord, good lord. We'll talk about his look when it comes to the match, but next up, man, we have the Elite. Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, they're out in the ring. Kenny says, you know, some of these weeks have been the worst few weeks of my life. I think him and CM Punk have something in common right now, man. CM Punk was so down bad, he went to Monday Night Raw today.
Bro got kicked out. Bro got kicked out in his hometown.
And he got kicked
Triple
out of
H
Raw.
really,
Triple H booted him.
he really did. He saw him. He's like, oh, hell no, what the fuck? Get his ass out of here.
Dude, the story, too, about him briefly seeing Triple H, I really want to know how that fucking interaction went.
He was just looking like, huh? Is that who I think it is?
Good lord, man. Did you see those videos of him out in the parking lot with Tamina?
Yeah. I think that's right after he got kicked out because she looks mad. Yeah, that's hilarious, bro. Bro got booted. That's hilarious.
Fucking A, man. So yes, CM Punk was so down bad he went to Monday Night Raw, but in Kenny's case, you know, he's down bad because they were fighting Don Callis, man. You know, they beat up Don Callis. He actually threw what could be his little subliminal message in there.
Yeah.
It was, you know, you guys hurt my friend. He never really specified who it was, and I think it was made to make you think that, you know, he's talking about Don, but really, I think we all know who he's talking about. So, so Danielson gets on the Titantron and he starts calling. He says, you know, Kenny, out of all people, I would have never thought that you would have been an amateur. And he is just talking to the Elite until the BCC come from behind as Danielson's still in the back. Wheeler, Claudio, and Moxley come from the outside, come from the crowd or under the ring, wherever they came from, and they started attacking the Elite. And these three of the BCC, minus Danielson, and the Elite just start absolutely going at it, man. They start going at it until the BCC get the upper hand. Danielson comes out. He starts calling Kenny an amateur as Kenny's just in the ring, just defeated. They're holding him up. They're holding him up. Danielson's about to get him with the screwdriver again. And Don Callis comes running down with a chair for God knows what reason. I don't know what the fuck he was going to do. He runs down with the chair. He throws the chair down and then just runs away as Danielson says, see, that is the kind of people that amateurs like Kenny Omega have in their life. This man, who is supposed to be his friend, just walked out and fucking ran right away from him. So Don Callis then comes running back out holding Konosuke Takeshita by the jacket. This is what makes me think something underlying is happening here.
Mm-hmm.
Why would Konosuke Takeshita listen to Don Callis? It's almost like they're familiar with each other, or they're friends, or they're getting close, because Takeshita was just battling alongside Bryan Danielson, and he just listens to Don Callis because Don just brings him out there. Why else would Konosuke listen to Don Callis and just go after the guy who was just his hero, you know, Danielson, right? It's almost like he's a little familiar with Don. So I told you I had a theory about this on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So Don Callis then grabs both of their hands, Omega and Takeshita, and he raises their hands and he's trying to get these two to, be real cool. He's ecstatic. Takeshita's there. Takeshita's, pretty happy as well. And Kenny's just kind of looking at him like, huh?
Hell,
So what I think's going to happen, I think Don Callis is going to try to replace Adam Page because he doesn't want Adam Page back with these guys. He's going to try to replace Hangman in this whole thing with Konosuke Takeshita. You can tell everybody, even Kenny at this point, is on to him.
yeah.
Once Kenny dumps Don, that is going to give Don... I think he's going to get mad. I think he's going to get mad at Don, and I think he's going to tell Don, I don't want your guy. I don't want Takeshita. We need to do this with Hangman. And I think that's going to piss Don off, and I think that's going to then be the straw that breaks the camel's back with Kenny and Don, and I think that will cause Don to have Takeshita turn on Kenny and himself turn on Kenny as well.
Exactly, man. Exactly, definitely. I think that's the direction they're going. Don Callis definitely wants Kenny to be on, their heel side, and he won't do it eventually. He'll realize where his friends are and where his old friend is, and he'll choose their side, man. And when he does, ooh, that's gonna be interesting, man, because then they'll be outnumbered by the BCC if Takeshita even temporarily joins them. They're gonna need to get not only Hangman but another guy.
Cody.
And with that, Cody, I would love it, but it ain't happening. Coda, man, they've been teasing him on BT. It's Don Callis teased it on Twitter the other day, saying that Takeshita and Kenny are the Golden Brothers. It's coming, man. It's coming. We're gonna get essentially the Super Elite versus BCC, man, and that shit's gonna be heat. I can't wait.
I think so, man. I think so. I was thinking a little bit more of Marty Scurll, but all is good with that too. I guess that's
He's still
fine.
my little Puerto Rican.
What is Marty Scurll doing nowadays, man? I haven't heard about him running from the cops in Puerto Rico in forever, man. I mean, where's he at nowadays, man?
Let's see if he's posting on Instagram still. I'm curious.
I haven't heard anything about him in a minute.
No, I haven't. The last time he posted was 15 hours ago. Oh, he's still active.
Oh,
Yeah, he's hanging out with Flip still. So I think he's in that circle of guys.
The CYN crew.
I think so. He's not in CYN, but he's in there.
I don't think CYN exists anymore, right? Aren't they done?
I don't think it does.
Man.
I don't think it does. He's just posting old pics now. I don't even think any of these are new.
You know what's crazy, man, is God, he should be right here. He really should. He should have been here. The whole man, he should have been here selling out arenas, bro. And man, how do you fuck your life up like that? That's crazy. That's crazy. What a fall from this dude had the match of the night at All In against Okada, and now nobody's seen or heard from him in fucking forever in terms of a wrestling capacity. Man, crazy.
We got he's hanging out with Saudi Arabians. Oh God.
Huh?
Yeah, he mostly just posts having dinner with some dude.
Maybe he'll be fighting for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Saudi or Dubai, one of those fucking ones. And he's basically just posting old pics of himself. God,
that's crazy.
That's sad.
That's crazy.
Bro, has been on top of this company. It's crazy.
But yes, I could definitely see Takeshita with the BCC, being that it does correlate with him. He did not touch Bryan Danielson in that segment. So I could definitely see.
Plus, those two look.
What's up?
Plus, you see the look those two gave each other. They onto something, bro.
Mm-hmm. I could definitely see something stirring up. I could definitely see, the Blackpool Combat Club getting Takeshita, the Elite getting Kota Ibushi for Blood and Guts. And man, oh man, we got ourselves a damn good Blood and Guts this year.
They should look on fire.
Next, man, Wardlow and Hobbs. Dude, what are we doing here, bro?
Like, dog.
I mean,
My
seriously. What the fuck are we doing here, man? Okay. Let's talk about Wardlow's appearance, for starters. Not only does he need to grow that fucking hair back, why does this man come out with his singlet? The front of his singlet goes down to the middle of his stomach now, and instead of having the boxer type shorts, it's just like tights. It fucking completely shows his whole entire leg now. This man altered his singlet to show more of himself, I guess. What?
It's weird, man.
What the fuck?
I don't know, man. I have no clue at this point.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Good Lord. How to fuck up somebody 101. Wardlow. Ruin his appearance. Don't give him his theme song that was hyped for fucking months when he was at the hottest run of his career. None of it. None of it, bro. And here, okay, so him and Hobbs put on a decent match, I guess. I mean, it wasn't bad or anything like that, but I mean, it wasn't anything crazy. Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah. Hobbs, QT and the gang tried to get involved. Arn came in and did his little Arn with the Glock shtick. He came in, he pulled out the Glock on QT. Wardlow hits a powerbomb symphony and beats Will Hobbs for the TNT Championship after probably about a month with the title. Dude, what is happening here, bro? So, as if they didn't flip-flop the championship right back on to... As if they didn't flip-flop the championship right back on to Wardlow, they fucking bring out Luchasaurus and Christian Cage, where, yet again, you're putting yourself in the position where you cannot do this match and have Luchasaurus lose. And you can't have fucking Wardlow lose either. Dude. I don't...
Dude. It's the fucking 24/7 title at this point. This person gets it, now they get it, now they get it. Can we have a champion longer than a week? A month? Bruh. And now people the fucking marks on Twitter are kind of... So a lot of people, this finally made a lot of people admit that the TNT title booking has been god-awful. Yeah, but there's a chunk of those AEW marks that are blaming it on Wardlow. No lie. Wardlow is their scapegoat. What? He's the reason why the TNT title picture sucks so bad. Literally.
What the fuck did Wardlow do?
Those are tweets I saw. I don't fucking know, dog. I don't know. But, can we, like, keep it on the same guy? Because people were saying, oh yeah, put it on Christian Cage, put it on Luchasaurus, put it on that. Keep the title on one person for longer than a month. That's all you need to do. That's all the only thing you need to do at this point.
And at this
Just
point,
keep it on somebody.
dude, Wardlow's got about a month. I mean, this match is probably going to happen at Double or Nothing, and he's going to lose again. You know he's going to lose. There's no way you can have Luchasaurus lose in this predicament. There's no way. So,
That's
dude,
exactly what's gonna happen too.
Dude, I
Just,
like,
just stop.
I seen a lot of people saying this, man. I seen a lot of people saying this, but it's like, you know, for as much as I'm not a fan of Orange Cassidy's All Atlantic title run, honestly, for as much as I'm just not a fan of it at all, that is more of the IC title, and this is more of like fucking prime Vince McMahon US title.
Literally, bro. This shit is horribly booked. I would rather have the US title around my waist right now than the TNT. Easy.
Oh,
That is
100%.
insane that that's a sentence. That's insane, but it's true.
Dude, I don't know what Tony Khan, I don't know what his problem is with this championship. I don't know what his thought process is behind booking this championship, but it needs to change. This championship at some point or another was the best mid-card championship across the major wrestling promotions. And now you look at it and nobody gives a flying fuck about it. I don't know if this is Tony Khan's stat padding championship. And what I mean by that is he just puts it on people so people's resume sounds better.
That's what it feels like at this point, because all Sammy Guevara talks about is that he's a 3-time champ. You know what I mean? And I
all
feel
three
like
of the
that's
title reigns
the
blew.
reason they literally all 3 fucking sucked. But he won it 3 times. It's gonna be one of those things, man, and it's the legacy of the TNT title. It's just I won that title.
Yep. The stat padding championship, dude. I don't know, man. I don't know. It literally feels like he just puts that championship on people just for accolades.
That's all it is at this point, just an accolade, and not even and doing that, it's not a very valuable one.
Yeah, I believe Darby is a two-time champ.
Yeah.
He's a two-time champ. Samoa Joe is a two-time champ. Wardlow's a three-time champ. Guevara's a three-time champ. Like, dude, what the fuck? What are we doing here,
Dude,
man?
there has been 17 title changes of the TNT title. 17 different times it changed hands. Title existed since 2020, what, 2021, right?
20,
Or 2020.
2020.
2020, 17 times it switched hands in 3 fucking years. That is fucking insane. Insane.
It really is. It really is, man. I don't know. At this point, like I said, man, it is literally your stat padding championship. That is all the title is at this point, man. After this, Sammy Guevara's in the back. Let me know if this sounds familiar to you guys. MJF comes back there, and he's making friends with Sammy Guevara. Does anybody fucking believe MJF is their friend? I mean, seriously.
Like, why? Why is this even a thing? We all know it's gonna be a thing in the match where MJF tries to, backstab Guevara, but he already knew it because no one trusts MJF, and it's just gonna be the "oh, I gotcha" thing. I'm sick of it, dog. I'm sick of it. Maybe if we didn't have to go through all these hurdles just to get a fatal four-way, I wouldn't mind it as much. But now I actually mind it.
Yeah, he's clearly trying to become friends with Guevara because he sees Guevara as the least of a threat to his championship, and he's making friends with him because he wants to face Guevara because he knows he can beat Guevara. And with Jungle Boy and Darby, he's had to cheat to beat them before because at one time or another they've had him beat. So there's that. And
Same old.
yeah, so he makes an agreement. He makes an agreement with MJF. He makes an agreement with MJF, a money agreement. I'm sure you love that part. MJF told him, "I have an open checkbook. As long as you can, you know, take Jungle Boy out, so we can have this main event together." So he writes his number on the check, and they hug, and that was that.
I don't hate the money shit as much as I do when it's people like MJF,
Yeah.
because it makes sense that they like money.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of, he's a rich prick. That's kind of the point.
Yeah.
But when it's people like Butcher and Blade, I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck how much money they're making.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But it's still annoying, man. Like I said, I wouldn't mind any of the Sammy Guevara stuff that they're doing if it's gonna be a fatal four-way the whole time, portrayed as that, because you could maybe have MJF try to instigate a fight between Guevara and the other guys by trying to befriend him and trying to help him in the match. Something. No, it's just, I want you to face me alone so I could beat you easily. It's obvious, dog. And everybody knows it's obvious.
Yep.
Just don't do it.
Exactly. Repetitive, stale booking, in my honest opinion. It's shitty creative for a guy who is way better than that.
Literally, man. You could do so much more with MJF.
And no question. Next, man, we have Jay White versus Commander. This was the match that got Commander signed. I mean, it was really nothing too much, to be honest with you, man. It was nothing too much at all. Jay White beat Commander in a really good match, man. Sean Spears was on the outside, and he gave this performance a 5. I didn't know he was a fucking American Idol judge, but I like seeing him on TV nonetheless. They attacked Sean Spears. They attacked Sean Spears because he gave their match a 5 out of 10. And, yeah, he called the performance mid, basically. And Ricky Starks comes out to help. Ricky Starks comes out to help Sean Spears as Bullet Club Gold retreat. I need some more members in this Bullet Club Gold.
Yep. We need more members if you're gonna make this thing a thing, which they are. Put more people in it. I can't just do Juice.
I can't fucking do it either, bro. We talked the other day about Pac. I think Pac joining Bullet Club Gold would fit him way fucking better than the Death Triangle. But he has to come to work, obviously.
Exactly. You gotta make him come to fucking work. That's the thing. And he probably won't. So, you fucking Pac, man.
Takeshita would be another cool one.
Takeshita could be really good. Swerve, better than the group he's in now. I'll tell you that much. Trench.
Trench.
You have some people, man, that you could put in a damn group that have nothing to do, or in shitty groups. The fucking Firm, you could do fucking Lee Moriarty. I like that. I could see them putting the Guns in there, to be honest. Not for me, but I could see them doing it, and I wouldn't hate them and give them an identity. That's really all the Guns are missing. Well, besides charisma, is an identity. You know what I mean? So that could be decent. You just need people
You gotta put people in there that have that
that fit.
Japan vibe.
Yep. You gotta put people like that in there. You gotta put the Pox. You gotta put the Takeshas, those type of guys that fit in that Japan style, just overall vibe.
Hard hitting, strong style type. It's just got to be somebody that looks like they could be a dog in New Japan. Bronson Reed would have been fucking good. Ooh.
It would be perfect in the shit. Imagine if Shinsuke wasn't in that fucking in the Fed, bruh. Oh,
Bronson
dog.
Bronson Reed would have been fucking nice,
He'd
bro.
be perfect in that shit, man. Maybe even though you put him in something, if he didn't do Arn, you could have maybe done Wardlow. I would be cool with Will Hobbs, maybe. If you want like a strong guy in there, since obviously you can't get Bronson Reed. He's trapped in Fedland. So you just gotta put people in there, man. I can't take Drew seriously.
I genuinely can't, bro.
His fucking voice, I can't take that dude seriously.
I
And
can't.
did you hear when he was yelling Ricky after they got beat up and
Yep. Yep.
dude, I can't stand his ass, bro. I really can't.
And Jay White's like hugging his head, like, oh my god, what are you
He's a
doing,
good
dude?
wrestler. You know what I
He's very
mean?
good.
Who isn't?
Yeah.
Not for me, dog. Not for me. I don't care for Juice, man. I really don't.
Chris Hero. Chris Hero would be another one.
Chris Hero. You could do some cool ass shit with that group, man. You really could.
Most definitely, man. So yes, they need some more people. They need some more people ASAP, man. And in the next segment, it's Jericho and Adam Cole. This segment was alright. To be honest.
People shitting on it. I thought it was all right. I liked it.
There was one cringy part in it. I'll get to that in a little bit.
Yeah.
But so Jericho and Adam Cole are standing face to face. Adam Cole says, I have a lot of respect for you, Chris. My catchphrase is actually, because of you. Blah blah blah. Then Chris Jericho grabs the mic and he says, I don't have any respect for you. He said something like, I think you're a cocky son of a bitch or something like that. He said something like that to him. Adam Cole says he should have known. He should have known that is the Chris Jericho. That is the Chris Jericho that he should have expected. It's the Chris Jericho he should have expected. Daniel Garcia, or Jericho tells him, Jericho threatens him. Adam Cole pushes Chris Jericho and they start fighting. Daniel Garcia then comes out and they start jumping Adam Cole, and Britt Baker comes out and she gets in Jericho's face and she slaps him. And like the hounds of justice behind Britt Baker, you just see a couple freelancers just waiting. That was good. To be honest, I did not expect that. I
didn't think that was happening.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't expect that. But Jericho organized this because he outsmarted Adam Cole, and he knew, I guess, I don't know how he knew this, but he knew that Britt Baker was going to come out there if they jumped Adam Cole. So the freelancers start attacking. They start attacking Britt Baker, while the Garcia and Jericho start attacking Adam Cole. They handcuff him to the ropes as Britt Baker is just sitting there reaching for him. That
part was cringy.
That part was a little fucking cringy. They was acting like they had a fucking gun to dude's head, and so they grab a fucking kendo stick, Jericho and Adam Cole is yelling at Jericho to hit him with it. You know, Mr. Tough Guy over here. Hit me, Chris. Hit me. And then he turns it over to Saraya, the freelancers. And she starts, and I use this term very loosely, going to town on Britt Baker. Dude,
just kendo.
Those were like the most basic kendo stick shots, as Britt's just kind of there, just selling it like shit. she
It looks bad because she was selling it like it was fucking some Sandman canings, and it was just Saraya just smacking her with one.
Dude, she acted like she was getting fucking plowed by Balls Mahoney here with the fucking kendo stick. Like, dude, it ain't that. Like, dude, she legitimately acted like she was getting a fucking Sandman caning here.
Fucking reaching out for Cole and shit. Like, what are you doing,
bro?
Just
the fucking part.
The
The fucking part where they're both reaching for each other, and then fucking Britt goes, Austin. Oh my! I just. I was just like, bruh. I was just like, did she really just say that? I was like, oh my god.
That shit's hilarious, dog. That is funny
as he's sitting there fucking crying. He's saying, I'm so sorry, Britt. And she's just fucking crawling towards him as if, again, she just got fucking caned by Sandman. I mean, just why? Why must you do this to me, bro?
It's hilarious.
Seriously. So, fucking, yeah, man. So that was that. You know, otherwise the segment was really good. Personally,
yeah,
I just felt that the caning part was a little cringy. That's my honest opinion, man.
The caning part was definitely cringy, man. People were shitting all over the whole segment. I thought for the most part it was really good. It was just the very end of that caning that was like, bruh. They were just playing it up like it was fucking murder. Like, dog, how many times you got hit by a kendo stick at this point? Just roll out the ring. Where's your homies? Where's Hater?
Yeah, seriously. And then Britt's fucking barely crawling away like she didn't wrestle a lights out match against Thunder Rosa. But whatever. I don't know, man. I don't know. That part was a little cringy, especially when she fucking screamed his real name. I said, bro, why are they acting like fucking they got a gun to Britt Baker's head, bro? Like, damn. So fuck. Next, man, we got a trios match. We have the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass against the JAS, Jake Hagar, and 2.0. This one was okay, man. The Acclaimed and Daddy Ass picked up the victory here, I believe. And yes, they did. Yeah, man, and that was that. And then in the main event, Jungle Boy and Sammy Guevara happened. MJF was hiding around the barricade, and while Sammy had the ref distracted, he hit Jungle Boy with his diamond ring and hid around the barricade, and Jungle Boy got counted out as MJF and Sammy Guevara celebrated to end Dynamite like they were best fucking friends. Again, this is my other gripe. So now we get to the end of the night, and MJF now MJF doesn't want a fatal 4-way, and it's literally the same song and dance, bro. I mean, he doesn't want to do the match. He doesn't want to do the match, so he's going to he's going to befriend a guy he thinks he can beat. So it's gonna be, in this case, it's Sammy Guevara. He befriends him. He befriends him to, get the match he wants, and then in the end, he's just going to end up wrestling the Fatal 4-Way. He's going to end up wrestling the match that he doesn't want to wrestle in, just for him to ultimately win. Anyway.
That's the thing, bro. He's going to win. Why is he such... I don't know why. I don't know why they still do the same fucking storyline with this guy, and they could do so much more. Especially with this Fatal 4-Way, man. You could do so much more. Please do more than what they're currently trying to do, because it's just for what it is, for what they're trying to do on that MJF side.
Yeah, seriously, man. So that was how Dynamite ended, man. And next week we're getting Sammy Guevara versus Darby Allin to see who faces MJF. If I'm a betting man, it's going to be the same fucking thing. And then somebody, or probably whether we see Tony Khan or whether he has Renee or Tony Schiavone announce it for him, MJF's going to end up just doing the Fatal 4-Way anyway. And we're going to get to where we need to get to. And that's going to be that.
Man. It makes no goddamn sense.
None at all. None at all, bro. All right, man. Now Monday Night Raw. Actually, did you hear what Jeff said on Rampage?
Yeah, he was talking about how he's retiring from making bad decisions. That's or right. Something.
Dude, that is gonna get clipped so much. Oh man.
Dude, he better fucking make that promise real. If he fucking fail it, that's the end of it, bro. Ain't never hearing the other side.
Yes, and I genuinely feel like this. Genuinely feel like this is probably his last shot.
Oh yeah, that's what he was saying too. This is his last run, and he wants to do great by him and the fans, and he's gonna try. I hope he tries his best, man. I hope he does.
Same here, man. Monday Night Raw. The Monday Night Raw before the draft. So next week will be it's been a year and a half, man, but it will be the Unscripted Draft Edition. So we're going to talk about all the moves and what that can mean for the landscape of the WWE. So Cody Rhodes opens the show here in Chicago, Allstate Arena, and he says, "What do you guys want to talk about?" I don't know, Cody. I want to talk about who was in the arena earlier that day, man. I want to talk about, I want to talk about what was, I really wonder if he got approval from Tony Khan to do that, because I know Tony Khan doesn't let them do that anymore.
I could weirdly see it, man. Especially if he is coming back. I could have seen him get approval.
Which is the whole reason why, when I read the news, my first thought was, dude, what are you doing? Like, dude, you're about to come back. You're about to get a whole fucking show around you, and a Saturday Collision show around you. And this is what we're doing? Because my first thing, that's the first thing I thought, like, damn, Tony Khan doesn't let them do that anymore. And if he won't let Ricky Starks go to the Royal Rumble, what the fuck would make you think he would let CM Punk show back up in any backstage capacity? But, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's weird because if he wasn't supposed to do that, it's almost like he's telling them that he doesn't want to come back, even though he's saying that he does.
Exactly. It's weird, man. It's weird. It's because either go two ways. Either he's doing it on purpose to dip out of there, or he's just being CM Punk and just fucking with people, man. Yeah. Let's hope it's the good one, man. Let's hope it's the good one. Because if he goes back to that blood money, oh man, he'll never hear the end of it from me.
Yeah, that. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I hope I hope. I don't know. I don't know. I just, man. I hope he's. I hope he's doing good by AEW. And if he doesn't want to come back, then don't fucking come
Oh,
back, dude.
it's as simple as that, man. It's as simple as that. But if he does, I feel like this, because I mean, him if he was just showing up to see his friends, he have to get kicked out because he's CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
Things like that happen to CM Punk. It is good to see that he's just wants to be back in the community of the business and just being around everybody, man. That
Mm-hmm.
could be a good sign. Again, depending on on why this all happened, why he did that.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Did you hear? Well, you did tell me. You did tell me that apparently he made amends with Mike the Miz.
That was a rumor going around that he made amends with Mike the Miz, man. So wonder if that's still true or not. I mean, how do you even say that? Just, hey, man. I'm sorry I told you to suck a blood money covered dick on Twitter. My bad, man. My bad. What do you say?
Just, hey, man. You remember when I told you to go suck a blood money covered dick? You fucking dork. Yeah. I'm sorry about that, man.
My bad, man. My bad. Just what?
Yeah, man, but the man got kicked out, man. The man got kicked out. I don't know if he was looking for Scott Coltman. I don't know who he was looking for. Maybe he was looking for Cody. Maybe, dude, the fucking the piece of the story that said he briefly ran into Triple H. I genuinely wonder what the fuck was said to one another.
They were just staring at each other like,
You know, first
two old
media scrum
aunties.
back, if they let him do media scrums anymore. You know, first media scrum back, somebody's asking him about his backstage
Why?
WWE experience. Yep.
Dude, oh, dude, that's gonna be hilarious. Just, yeah, man, I saw H, man. Looked at me, and I got kicked out. So, because I wonder if that's when he got kicked out. If Triple H saw his ass, they stared at each other, and a couple minutes later, he got told to kick out,
Bro
to
was
get
hiding
out.
from
Because
Triple H.
apparently it was the head of security that went to him and was like, "Yeah, man, you gotta go." So someone definitely told the head of security, "Hey, bro, get his ass out."
which
And
is
it was probably either Triple H or Vince.
yeah, which is funny because I wonder what he was doing. Like, cause if I'm thinking about this, Triple H is, really keen on production. So I'm thinking like the whole time Triple H is there, he's closer to Gorilla and, the production set.
Hmm.
How fucking far did CM Punk make it? Well, like, was
I
he
know.
fucking chilling around in Gorilla or something?
Until fucking Triple H looked over to past his monitor and just saw CM Punk. He just saw Chicago Phil and was like, "Oh no, oh god."
And my
Yeah,
thing is
no.
my thing is too, like, I genuinely wonder what the fuck the roster thought about that.
Dude, imagine you're just sitting one of the normal guys backstage, just going to do your job, and you see CM Punk getting escorted out. You're just what?
Yeah, or the thing is too, like, we know a lot of guys back there don't like him. Like, just imagine being Seth Rollins and, you just got done a couple months ago calling this dude a cancer, and telling him to stay away, and then he quite frankly did the opposite, and you just see him just fucking hanging around talking about how he called the Miz a fucking dork. like what?
Yeah, I saw that fucking Twitter dork Jack fucking tweeting about let's not talk about anybody except the people that show up to work every day,
Yeah,
getting ready for a great month. Shut the fuck up, you fucking dork.
ser-
You look stupid.
seriously, man. I mean, it's like, dude, yeah, we love and appreciate the people on that roster, but how do you not have CM Punk back there and expect people not to talk about it?
It's CM Punk. He does anything. People talk about it. Let alone show up to Raw and get kicked out. Like, dude, that's legendary. He is the GOAT.
Man, I really, oh man, I gotta fucking, I really want, I need to see that surveillance footage.
You know, Seth and Triple H were in that office just talking shit. See that motherfucker? Yeah, I saw his ass. He fucking looked at me. Yeah, told his ass to get out. Fuck yeah. Just hyping each other up.
Like, could you just imagine just being fucking Triple H and and you're just standing on the ramp with the headset, and all of a sudden you just see somebody in the ring just fucking running the ropes, and you just like, is that fucking CM Punk? What's he doing here?
You're walking backstage. You just grab a plate. Just, and you just look up and it's just fucking CM Punk just standing there talking.
Yeah,
Just, what the fuck are you here? Yo,
that's insane, man. That's insane. I really wanted to know how that went, but when Cody Rhodes said, "What do you guys want to talk about?" I mean, everybody knew what we want. Nobody wanted to talk about Brock Lesnar. Let's just say that.
nah,
Um,
fucking ain't no way.
and I don't know. I don't know. It's so fucking weird because, on one hand, these talents think, oh, he was just there to hype his AEW return, but it's like, why didn't he come back the whole time though? Like, if he wanted to be around the WWE atmosphere, why didn't he?
Do that when he was back before the
e-
media scrum, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, why is he doing it now? It's so weird.
That man works in mysterious ways, man.
He
He
fucking
really
does,
does.
man. He really
He could
does.
do something.
So anyway, Cody Rhodes opens the show, like I said. I mean, again, nobody wants to hear about Brock Lesnar. We all wanted to know what the fuck happened with CM Punk. So, too bad that electric chair segment doesn't still exist. Man. Um, so
I
Cody comes out.
just point to some
Yeah.
fucking.
Co- Cody Cody comes out and he says, you know, he's talking about Brock Lesnar. He takes his shirt off, he points at his scar, and he says, "Oh, also, with this new title being announced, Cody Rhodes has to go where Roman Reigns goes, right?"
Dude, dude, I swear to God, if he doesn't go where Roman goes and just wins this new fucking title, you're just wasting everybody's time. Why even create the title in the first place? Because now it's
Which,
gonna be stuck. Hmm.
which with that, does Cody Rhodes go to SmackDown?
Oh, that's gonna be weird. That's gonna be weird though. Unless they, I don't think that's at Fox for a while. You know, 'cause I don't think because Fox ain't allowing Roman to go to USA. They're not. They're
Yeah,
just not. So that means Cody does have to go to SmackDown. That's weird. I don't see him as a SmackDown guy, but he's gonna have to be for this.
yeah.
It's gonna be weird, man.
It is, bro. It really is. So he takes his shirt off. He points at his scar. He tells Brock to pick a spot. Finn Balor comes out there, tries to get him to join the Judgment Day, and that ends up resulting in a match. It was a pretty good opening segment. No complaints for me at all. Just your typical Cody promo. I just don't really care too much about a feud with Brock. I feel like the match is going to be a banger, but I don't really care too much for this fucking John Cena rebound storyline going on here.
No, I really don't, man. I
Yeah.
really don't. Again, the match is gonna be really cool. Love Brock versus guys like Cody.
Yep.
That's gonna be amazing. But like, I don't know, it's just a repeat.
Yeah, it's nothing like sacrificing baby faces for Roman Reigns.
Yep.
So that was the first segment, and then the LWO, the prostitutes, come out here. Did you hear about that?
No.
Oh,
What?
Ch-
Prostitutes?
Chavo Guerrero came out and said
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, he came out and said Rey Mysterio was prostituting off Eddie Guerrero's name. Rey Mysterio of all people.
Like, and then he went back on it. I was like, man, I was just being a heel. Dude, shut the fuck up.
I
You're
was
a dork.
being a heel. You're not on television. Who are you
Yeah,
healing up?
fucking dumbass. That's why that dude ain't nothing nowadays. The fuck is with the Guerreros? God damn. It's dude. I was looking at the replies to his tweet, bro. One of the tweets was like, "Don't you Guerreros have more important things to you know, things in the news
Dead.
to worry about?" And he was like, "Yeah, we do. You're blocked." What a fucking dork, man. The hell out of here.
So the LWO, dude, they got new entrance music. Gone is
Yeah,
the
I saw that.
dope ass Legado del Fantasma song that the main roster crowd never got hip to. Um, that NXT crowd was fucking. They knew how to sing along to that shit, but the main roster crowd didn't really take too well to it. But it was still a dope ass song, regardless.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Definitely, man. So the LWO versus the Bloodline here in 6-man tag action. Bloodline ends up winning. Solo Sikoa hits Raul Mendoza, or what the fuck, Cruz del Toro, with a Samoan spike in midair. So it was real cool, man. And then the Bloodline pick up the victory, man, as they're building up. Could this be the last time we see the Bloodline on the same brand? Yes. There's no
What?
way you split up the fucking Bloodline. Dude, they're making
What
it sound. I feel like it's not going to go like this, but they're making it sound like everybody gets drafted individually.
like, that's not. Oh, yeah, we're just gonna get fucking.
I just
I
want
think
Jimmy
who's
Uso on my
Yeah.
brand.
What? What? I hate when they try to play it up like that, dog. Tag teams are staying together. Groups are staying together. Don't do that shit. Don't fucking do that shit. Um,
Seriously.
even going back to the LWO, want to know a little fact that's kind of sad.
Oh no.
Ever since that group's creation,
Mm,
about a month ago,
right.
they've lost every single one of their matches they had.
Yeah, I'm really
They've
hoping
never.
this brand split is gonna be a look towards the future for them, because the group has just fucking lost everything. I mean, what the fuck? Where is Andrade when you need him? I mean,
I
seriously.
swear to God, literally, man, just a bunch of fucking losers. So
Yeah,
let's hope it goes well after the draft.
me too. Yeah, I'm really hoping for it, man, because yeah, it's been a little ridiculous. Um, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso was on the phone talking about how they won the match with somebody, and then he sees Sammy and he hangs up his phone and he says, "Man, what are you doing? Why are you by me?" And then Sammy says, "Look, man." Also, after the 6-man tag, they said they're gonna dedicate their win on Friday to Roman Reigns. The Usos said that, and Sammy said, "Dude, what are you doing, man?" He says, what if you lose? Do you know what your repercussions are going to be now that you stamped his name to this? Why would you do that? What if you lose? And Jay's just looking all sad, and Jay says, "Man, why are you talking to me? Why do you care? Why do you care about this?" And Sammy just looked at him, and he said, "Man, I just feel bad for you." And Jay said, "Man, don't feel bad for me, man." And he just walked away. I was
No one.
I was waiting for Sammy to hit him with that. "You're my dog." I was like, damn.
Yeah, that was the head of security talking to CM Punk.
Oh my god.
Just, just what are you doing, man? But that's awesome, man. Um, I love how they're still playing up that story very well, very to the characters, man. And dude, if those Usos don't fucking lose, oh man, they better lose. They better fucking lose, man. But
Mhm.
yeah, man. Um, good. Look, good storytelling from those guys. I wouldn't expect anything less.
Yeah, these guys, man, these guys, when it's all said and done, I was telling my buddy about this today, but when it's all said and done, because of this story alone is going, when it's all said and done, in my personal opinion, it's going to make the Bloodline one of the greatest factions of all time. They're already one of my favorites off this storyline alone. But that's just my opinion, man. I just, it's just a constant banger with these guys, man. I mean, these guys just, this fucking Jey Uso story, man. I mean, it's just so good, man. It's just so fucking good. It really is.
It really is. Hell yeah.
Yes, and again, man, when it's all said and done, I truly believe they will be one of the greatest factions of all time. I mean, this shit's just fucking nuts.
Oh yeah.
So, we get the big announcement to change the game from Triple H. I thought this was going to be GMs. I had a feeling this was going to be GMs. I don't know why I thought that, but it wasn't. This actually was Triple H coming out, and he said Roman Reigns is the undisputed Universal Heavyweight WWE fucking whatever champion. You know, all the names they list off, the WWE Universal Undisputed Heavyweight Champion, right? He says Roman Reigns is the champion, and wherever he goes in the draft, he is going to take both world championships with him. He says he can't blame Roman Reigns for this. I can. He says he says he can't blame Roman Reigns for this because he would have done the same thing, but he's negotiated his contract. In other words, saying he negotiated a shitty contract with Vince that makes him eligible not to defend the world championship much at all. That is basically what he said. But what he actually said was, you know, it's in his WWE contract that he doesn't need to defend that championship too often. And the other brand is going to need, the brand that does not get Roman Reigns is going to need a top prize to fight for. So he says, so I present to you the WWE World Heavyweight Championship as we get this. As you can see it on your screen, you can definitely see the big gold vibe. Actually, now that I'm looking at the fucking globe, it honestly doesn't bother me too much. I like that they didn't really colorize it too much. You don't see the red line in the W. It's just all silver. You just see World Champion, WWE World Champion. It does not say Heavyweight Champion, which is what Triple H called it. But as you can see under it, this is WWE's image, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. This is it, and it is a beauty. What'd you say?
Well, reacting to Logan's comment, it doesn't look like a world title. It looks like one of those concepts that just never made it to me. Like, people were posting, like, edits with people with it, like LA Knight and Seth. And, like, it doesn't look good on a person, at least through those edits. Obviously, when someone actually holds it up, it can be different.
Yeah.
Man, it doesn't look like a real title to me. It kind of just looks like a thing. I don't know, man. It ain't for me. It really ain't for me, to be honest.
No, yeah, totally. I see what you're saying. But to me, I really like it. I can't I can't lie to you, man. I like it. I like it a lot. I like how they didn't really colorize it too much. I definitely see what you're saying with saying that it doesn't. It looks a little too small to be a world title. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. Logan just said that too, man. Now that you say it, that's what it is. It looks small. It's like how the fucking AEW Women's World Champion looked at first. It's fucking tiny, and I couldn't take it seriously. And this is like the size of like the IC title. That is true. It might be just the size of it, really. Which also, like I was telling you earlier before the show, I think during it too, I don't really care for the gold part behind the
Mm-hmm.
logo. I would like if they just ingrained the logo into it. And another thing, Big Gold always had the lettering that said, World Wrestling or World Wrestling Federation or Entertainment, whichever one it was at the time. World Heavyweight title. I would love the words on it that said World Heavyweight Champion. I would really like that. And that's the thing too. They called it both the WWE and the heavyweight title. And if they're gonna retire the Universal, what the hell is the names? Because right now we technically have two WWE World Heavyweight Championships. Even though
Mm-hmm.
one of them's technically combined, they're not combined yet. They're
Yeah.
not combined yet. So we technically have two of the same title right now. So how is the wording and what's the lineage going to be? They didn't
So
clear any of that up.
right. So what I could see them doing, I could see them taking off the World Heavyweight Champion and the WWE title and just adding some rubies and just putting champion
Mhm.
to that because like I said, this image that they posted says World Heavyweight Championship, so I'm assuming but then the title itself, like I'm gonna flash it up on the screen again, the title itself just says WWE World Champion. So,
Yeah, it doesn't know what it is.
but I'm assuming the title Roman Reigns has is going to be the WWE title, and then this one, the secondary World Championship, is going to be the World Heavyweight Championship. I'm assuming.
That's, I'm assuming that's kind of how they're doing it, but like technically, right now we have two WWE World Heavyweight Championships that are completely separate from each other. You should have resolved that situation first and then created this title. Because it just kind of makes no sense, man. And looking
Yeah.
at that image again, oh, it looks weird. I don't know, man.
So,
Uh,
no, yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, but for me, for me, that is the reason I did not want the Winged Eagle back. The Winged Eagle's fucking small. I
it
personally,
was.
I like the Big Eagle better than the Winged Eagle. That's just me though.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me.
Same.
It's a little bigger. This one does lack a little in size, and that I'm not that I don't like. That I don't like. But
It's,
in terms of the World Championship, in terms of the design, I think it's beautiful, man. I do.
it's definitely better than anything, we used to get. And it's
Yeah.
definitely as
Yeah.
old school as I think Vince will allow it to be, obviously.
Yes.
And my other thing, it's too long, if that makes sense. It's
Long.
like this. You know what I mean? It's like this when it should be
Mm.
like a little taller inside. I'm nitpicking this thing crazy. I don't care for it, dog.
No, I
Like
get you, bro. I get
I'm
you.
just trying to see how I would do it. You know what I mean? Because it's not bad. It's
I
really
probably,
bad.
personally, I probably would have just made the main plate a little bigger, way bigger.
Yeah, I would have made the nameplate a little bigger, maybe a little tall, a little wider. Not wider. I mean, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. And remove that fucking globe. It not for me, dog. It's not
Yeah,
for me.
no, no.
Cause I like parts of it. I like the side plates. I like how they interact with
Mm,
the rest of it. Um, yeah, it's not bad to its core. It's just uh, we'll have to see it around. Definitely, Logan. We'll have to see it around someone's waist to really get to see how it feels.
I
But right now,
personally,
man,
oh, I think it's gonna look pretty good around Seth Rollins' waist. I
I
like,
hope it does, man.
I think him dancing with that motherfucker is gonna look pretty sick, bro. Um, but yeah, honestly, man, honestly, honestly, I really fuck with it. I can't lie. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys. I really fuck with this title. Like I said, totally agree. They should have made it bigger. Again, that's why I don't like the Winged Eagle that much. I know I'm probably gonna get fucking bashed for that, but I'm just not a fan of the Winged Eagle. It just looks too small, and this one does
No,
look a little too small, and that's the only thing I don't like about it. Um, but I like I like a little bit of the old school look. Honestly, I didn't like the globe when I first looked at it, but now that I'm looking at it more, I honestly don't really mind the globe too much. But I really like the title, man. And you know how the world heavyweight title, the top of it's a little taller.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked to see something like that too.
Yeah, like it's literally like you made it in like 2K and just shrunk the image of the big gold down, and it's like you could have done a little better.
No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're
That's the
saying.
thing. Y'all $1 billion company. Y'all gotta get those little things right when you create a whole new world title.
Yeah.
Like fucking up an IC title. All right, it's all right, but this is the world title, bro. You can't fuck this up. And I don't think they fucked it up. It's just not how I would have commissioned this title to look personally. But it's not bad. It's not bad. It's just I'm just being nitpicky, man. But it's not bad at all. I don't dislike the title.
No, yeah, and you know, I mean, you're not wrong for nitpicking it. I mean, you said it yourself. It's a world championship. You want that thing to be as perfect as possible.
Exactly. Like I
Yeah,
can nitpick New Japan's one all day.
oh, that fucking
That
thing.
Cody fucking title. What the fuck is that? This
Yeah,
thing's fucking ugly. Um, it's yeah. It's just how it is, man.
yeah. I, you know, I will never bash your opinion, man. But yeah, I mean, agree to disagree, man. So,
Cheers, man. I
yeah,
respect it.
absolutely, agree to disagree. Um, but yeah, so who do you got winning this thing, man?
Yeah, dude, Cody has to go win against fucking Roman. Can't be Cody. If it's Cody, you failed everything this year. Everything. So
So,
not Cody.
so here's my
Hmm.
thing. I think this title will look pretty sick on Seth. But
That's
can you
that's my
imagine this
goal.
title on Brock? It's
I
too
can.
little. It'll look like it has an IC title.
It really will. It'll look stupid as shit,
Like,
but I
l-
can see them doing it.
like that just popped into my head. Like I can imagine it on a smaller guy like Seth. I
Um,
can't imagine the fucking title on a guy like Brock. Can you imagine this
that's
title
the
on
thing.
Omos?
Oh my god, it
Moss.
looks like a fucking. It would look like a toy in that
Oh my
instance.
god.
Like, oh, yeah, that's like the only thing. It's just it really is just the size. It's really just that's just the main thing. It's small. It's thin for
Hmm.
some reason.
Hmm.
But I think it'll look good on Seth. I think LA Knight could be a cool one. Whether he wins it straight up or cashes in for it. You got some decent people. You could go for it when you create this brand split and you put if I'm putting money on it. Roman's going to SmackDown. This title's going to Raw.
Yeah.
If any of us are putting our money on it, and I would keep Seth on Raw, especially if they are doing brand versus brand for Survivor Series.
Seth is
You
weird
need
on
a guy.
SmackDown.
He is weird on SmackDown. Plus, if you really wanted, to feel brand supremacy, you gotta have certain people stay on their brand that they're on now to really represent that brand. Now, I be it comes Survivor Series, it's just gonna be whoever wins this title losing to Roman Reigns. But at the end of the day,
Damn.
you gotta make them look good for their brand, man. And my number one is definitely Seth. I think any logical person's number one for this thing is definitely Seth.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. And I think the title will look pretty badass on him, man. I can't lie. Um, so Triple H announces that the crowd loved it. The crowd loved
Oh
it.
yeah,
The crowd, and it's nice to see because the last time we had a world title introduced, it was the Universal Championship, and the whole entire match was chants of "This belt sucks" or "Change the belt," or you guys remember that, dude. You guys remember that? It was bad. It was bad. But but yeah, man, so that was the new world championship announcement. Um as far as the other side of the coin, I mean, I guess I talked about it in the beginning. The fact that the Universal and WWE titles are going to be merging, it makes the belt look a little more important because it
yeah.
looks like because if they were to keep Roman Reigns on Raw and SmackDown because he had the Universal and WWE title and introduce a new world championship,
Oh,
then it would have
sure.
looked like the no one can beat Roman championship. It makes it a little better now. I'm not saying it fixes the whole problem, but it makes it look a little better.
I mean, it's as much as a fix as Triple H is allowed to do.
Yep.
So that in itself is good, man. Is good. And all that matters, to be honest, is Raw is going to have a point after the draft. And that's all any of us asked for.
Definitely. Definitely, man. So yes. Yeah, absolutely. Logan says, honestly, at the end of the day, this would have looked a whole lot better if Cody won at Mania. That's what we were
It
saying in
really,
the beginning, man. I mean, you would have
it
just
really,
cleaned up your main problem right there.
and the thing is, no one cares for the Universal title anyway. You could have just rebranded it anyway eventually.
Yep. Yeah.
Because you know how many edits people have of, Roman with big gold or like people love the fucking winged eagle. You could just made, something like that for him. And it would have been great. Because I don't mind at all. The other world championship design they had for the last couple of years,
Mm-hmm.
kind of plain, but it does
Mm-hmm.
its job. It looks good. So, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. I
Definitely.
don't know. It's just the rest of this could have been avoided, and we all
Yep.
know this.
Yep. Absolutely. This is why you don't pass up on two of your hottest baby faces ever. But I digress. Trish Stratus has another god awful promo, except this week it was a little more bearable because it was in the back. It was not out in front of the fucking live crowd, and we got fucking Auntie Howdy out there. Um, um, the Street Profits beat Shelton and Cedric. Nice little hometown victory for Montez Ford.
Oh
As
yeah.
we seen a little bit of the Hurt Business, I guess. I guess they're fucking halfway back together. Um, did you hear those? We'll get to that. We'll get to that when we talk about Seth. So
Oh
then we
God.
so then we get another segment in the back with Jimmy and Jay, and Jay's telling Jimmy, or no, Jimmy's telling Jay how they're gonna win. They're gonna win their match on Friday, and Jay looks at Jimmy. He says, "Man, what if we lose?"
Hey,
And Jimmy says, "What?" And he's like, "Well, what if we lose?" And he said, "Man, who's telling you this?" And Jay said, "Well, I was backstage and I ran into Sami Zayn, and Jay just starts yelling at him. Why are you talking to him? You don't need to be talking to him. He's getting in your head." So a couple segments later in the night, Jimmy finds Sammy backstage. He says, "Dude, why are you talking to Jay trying to get in his head?" He says, "You keep telling us, what if we lose? What if you lose? Do you think Kevin Owens really forgot about all the times you kicked him in the head? And I was there to watch half of them." Um, and then Sammy just kind of gets all sad, like, damn.
you're right,
So,
man.
dude, they did really good work tonight, man. The Bloodline did really fucking good work tonight, man. They really did.
Definitely, man. Definitely, man. Those guys always kill it with the stories, man. No matter who's saying who to what, it's always great.
Definitely. Definitely, man. So, Austin Theory Live is out in the ring. Um, he's out in the ring talking about how he was wrongfully put in a triple threat match. He was talking about how Triple H should have came out and gave him the World Heavyweight Championship because he deserves it. And
Okay.
he was he was talking about he was talking about how Triple H should have gave him the World Championship because he deserves it. And he was talking and Bobby Lashley comes out and he says, "Man, what is the problem with you?" It almost felt like he was talking to MJF here. He said, "You have that championship around your waist. Meanwhile, every time you get yourself in a situation, you cry about having to defend it when you should be more than willing to defend that championship every single night." And Austin Theory just gets upset. These two start brawling. Bronson Reed comes in and they attack Bobby Lashley as Bronson Reed has Austin Theory thinking that they're buddies, and then he attacks Austin Theory, gives him the tsunami, and holds up the United States Championship. For the love of God, can you put the fucking U.S. title on Bronson Reed?
Definitely, man. Definitely. Bronson would be great with it, man. And I think that'd be perfect, man. I think that would really be perfect.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. And yes, I wouldn't be mad about Bronson Reed winning and Austin Theory being put in the tournament as well. I'm very excited to see the new names we're going to get Triple H, experimenting with a little world title run with.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Definitely. Because what this will probably end up being, SmackDown will be the Triple H, not the Triple H show, the Vince show, where his people are champion overall, like Roman. And then Raw will be Triple H's show where he gets to have the Seth. And probably eventually the LA Knights win it. Still like that, man. So it's going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely, man. Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, and Raquel Gonzalez defeat Damage Control. Break them up.
Can this draft, I was going to say, can this draft just coming in this group already?
That was the
Good
other
Lord.
thing, too. With Damage Control, and they did it for the Street Profits, too. Literally, any time we've seen a tag team tonight, could this be the last time they're together? Corey, are you just going to break up every tag team in the draft? Is that all you got?
It's not fucking 2016, bro. They ain't about to break up every tag team. The fuck?
Chad Gable loses to Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali, obviously the hometown guy tonight. Chad Gable loses, like I said, to Ali because of Otis being distracted by Maxine Dupree.
Okay, coming, man. It's coming in the draft.
A little bit later, man, we get a segment with Sami Zayn going into his locker room. And Kevin Owens says, dude, where have you been all night? Sammy says, I ran into Jay a little bit earlier, and I ran into Jimmy, and Kevin just starts doing the same fucking thing that Jimmy did to Jay. He starts yelling at him. He said, why are you talking to him? Why are you talking to them? Why are you talking to them? They're just trying to get in your head. Why do you even care about them anymore? And Riddle tries to fucking intervene. He's like, hey, bro. And Kevin's like, shut up. And then fucking, he gets done yelling at Sammy and he walks away. Riddle says, hey, bro, I know exactly what you're going through. Sammy was like, how would you know what I was going through? And he says, well, I used to be in a team called RK Bro. I'm sure you remember them. But every single week they told me Randy was going to RKO me, and he never did because we're bros.
Oh, he's about to turn on his ass when he comes back.
As soon as he fucking comes back, he's turning on Matt Riddle, bro.
He's about to get the RKO of a lifetime when he comes back. It's going to be hilarious because he's going to be so happy to see him.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
Definitely, man. Yeah, fucking Sammy and Jay versus Kevin and Jimmy. Yeah, the gaslighters.
I swear to God, man.
So, yeah, man. Next we get Cody Garrett Runnels versus Finn Balor. Here on tonight's episode of Raw.
Roll. Man, I can't wait till AJ comes back.
Dude, I wonder what AJ would have fucking thought about Punk backstage.
What the fuck? Just
The
give
hell?
up it. Oh, what the hell? What the hell is he here? Security.
So, Cody defeats Finn. That was that. Seth Rollins then comes out in front of the crowd, in front of the Chicago crowd. You love to see him. You love to see Seth.
Mm-hmm.
They were singing his song. He said, I have been put with the task of facing the Nigerian giant Omos.
Omos.
He says, but as you can imagine, something way more important, damn, something way more important that entered my horizon, or he said something like that, and he looked over at the world title. Already, you just started hearing, you deserve it. You just started hearing, you deserve a chance, as Seth just slowly kind of strutted over to the championship. He said, you know, Roman Reigns may not want to defend his championships. They shit all over him tonight. I can't lie.
Oh, dude, they really did tonight, man.
They did. Good. Fucking...
Good.
Seth said, you know, Roman Reigns may not want to defend his championships, but there are some of us that want an opportunity. There are some of us that want to fight. And he pretty much staked his claim at the World Heavyweight Championship before Omos came out. Seth, which is it's really weird, Logan, because this show, we started hearing rumblings of, oh, Vince changed a little bit of the booklet of tonight's show. He messed with the show a little bit. It didn't feel like that at all.
No. He might have changed some shit,
Yeah.
but it wasn't any important things, it seems like.
Yeah.
Probably just a little needless shit.
Mm-hmm. Probably, yep, just those little Vince McMahon-isms.
Yeah.
So Rollins gets in Omos's face, and he said, dude, there was a nasty fucking rumor going around. But I can't see it anymore, being that Seth, being that this championship exists now, because Seth can't lose. Seth can't lose because he needs to win this world championship. I heard a nasty fucking rumor that Night of Champions was gonna feature Roman Reigns versus Omos.
Dude,
I've
heard that too.
Yep. And that was gonna be his final task before 1,000 days.
Fucking Omos. Good Lord. Yeah, people are saying at the end of a Backlash, but or maybe no, probably not at the end, but after fucking Seth beats Omos, it's gonna be Omos and Roman stare down, hyping up their match at Night of Champions.
Oh fuck no.
Dude, I could see it.
I could see them doing
Because
that
you
too.
know how they would love a guy like that. They would just see Omos and be like, oh my god, who is that?
You know, I genuinely don't even hate that. It's honestly just more of fucking hilarious. It's genuinely hilarious.
That would be the funniest matchup ever. Night of Champions, the 1000th day. It's just fucking Omos.
Oh my god. Omos.
Omos.
Dude.
Omos.
So Rollins tells Omos in this promo, after I get done stomping your big head in the mat. He tells him, after I get done stomping your big head in the mat, I'm going to go on to win the world championship, or he said something like that. And that was it. And then he just walked away, and Omos was just fucking standing there, didn't say a word the whole time. Talking about, I'm going to stomp your big head into the mat.
Damn, bro, you gonna go for him like that?
Oh, man. So, yeah, man, there's no other person than Seth to take this world championship. There's no other person.
Literally. Dude, I really hope they put Seth in that main event of Night of Champions. Because if not, imagine how bad that title will look. If the end of the show where somebody first won it, it's still just going to be Roman doing his thing at the end of the show.
Oh, it's going to look like shit.
Dude, I could totally see them doing that shit too. Especially a Saudi Vince. Because Vince is going to be all over the Saudi show, no matter what.
Yeah. Those are his, yeah, those are his bread and butter. So yeah, man. And then in the main event, man, we got Damian Priest versus Rey Mysterio. Bad Bunny came out, I believe, helped Rey Mysterio win, or he did something. And then he started attacking, or he might have even got Rey disqualified because he was attacking Damian Priest. Something like that happened. and he started fucking Sandman caning. Not really. Sandman caning.
Yeah, Same Logan.
Yeah, he's
Dude,
definitely main eventing.
fuck.
Or
It's
you know
so
what?
sad.
I could see him going on first so he can get the fuck out of there.
I could see that, just getting it over with. I could see him pull on Brock.
Hmm.
I hope so, at least.
Yeah,
Because if the final image of that show isn't a new champion of a new title, my God.
definitely. Definitely, man. So Bad Bunny comes out there, attacks Damian Priest with the kendo stick. Damian Priest runs through the crowd, and he challenges Damian Priest. He tells him, I don't know if you heard, but I'm not hosting Backlash anymore. I'm wrestling at Backlash. He challenges Damian Priest to a street fight, which, if Bad Bunny can sell like he did a couple weeks ago, should be pretty entertaining nonetheless.
Yeah, man. It's going to be fun. Why not?
Yeah, man. So that was everything, man. That's the whole dilemma with the World Championship situation, the whole dilemma with the TNT title situation, MJF's repetitive booking, the whole 9 yards, man. We got it all for you guys here today on this episode of Unscripted, man. It's been a great episode, man. Thank you guys. Thank you guys as always, man. You guys are the best.
Really, man. Thank, thank you, guys. Who main events Backlash? Probably Roman. Is there a world title
No,
match?
nope.
No. Yeah,
I could
it'll
I,
probably.
I could see the Bloodline versus Sammy KO and Riddle.
I could see that. What other fucking matches are on that card?
I could see Bad Bunny.
I was gonna say I could see Bad Bunny closing that show. I could easily see him because they'll have the whole LWO and that whole circle around, and they're in Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
I could easily see them. So I
Mm-hmm.
think it's either gonna be Roman or Bad Bunny and that whole circle.
Definitely. Yeah, so yeah, man. So with that, Cody. Oh shit, I forgot about Cody and Brock. Oh,
Oh yeah,
I could see them main eventing.
I totally forgot
Dude, I
about
fucking
that.
completely forgot about them.
Good lord, poor Cody, man. The
I
hell.
swear. Yeah, man. So with that, that is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious podcast, man. Another great edition of Notorious Unscripted. And with that, man, that is going to do it, you guys. Thank you guys so much for sticking with us. Again, I apologize for the technical difficulties in the beginning of the show. Thank you guys so much, man. And yeah, man, it has been always a pleasure for my Johnny Mayhem.
And Sir K.
And that is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious Heels podcast. Another great edition of Notorious Unscripted. Ladies and gentlemen, please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys so very much. We love you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you guys on Friday with the news.
Peace.
I used to get pills on the bitch. Now I throw shields on the dick to stop me from that HIV shit. And niggas know they soft like a Twinkie fillin', playing the villain, prepare for this rap killing. Biggie Smalls is the illest. Your style is played out like Arnold, and that's what you talking about, Willis. The thrill is gone, the black Frank White is here to excite. Throw dick